Outside the narrow patio of the Bluefinch Cafe, I balanced a mimosa on my knee and watched the Saturday market crowd shuffle past. My girlfriends were late, so I scrolled through my phone and rolled my ankle so the sun could hit the new tattoo on my calf. The ink still itched. I thought, if no one shows in 10 minutes, I am ordering a second drink and a waffle the size of my head. They showed in 9. Lexi dropped into the chair across from me, sunglasses reflecting my own smirk. Tasha arrived next, cheeks pink from jogging over. We clinked glasses, spilled orange pulp on the iron table, and dove straight into the usual gossip. Somewhere between the second bottle and the shared plate of beignets, the conversation slid into sex. Lexi bragged about her new barista. Tasha complained her boyfriend lasted 30 seconds. I laughed too loud and said, please, none of them have anything on my ex. Daniel could make me see stars. My husband is sweet, but sweet does not exactly rock the headboard. The words left my mouth coated in champagne fizz. I felt clever. I felt untouchable. The table erupted in hoots and high fives. My phone buzzed against the metal. I did not check it. When I walked back into our loft that evening, the air tasted wrong. The lights were off, the windows open, and the place smelled like cedar from the last load of his laundry. Harrison stood by the shoe rack, zipping a duffel. His shoulders were stiff, the way they got when he carried tension in his lower back. I kicked off my wedges and said, hey, where is the fire? He did not look up. I am going to stay at the cabin for a while. I laughed because the cabin was where we went to drink wine and watch the stars. Did I miss a memo about a guy's weekend? He lifted his eyes. They were glassy but calm, the way the lake looks before a storm. You told a table full of strangers that your ex was better in bed. You said it loud enough for half the terrace to hear. One of them posted it on her story. Congratulations, the internet is small. My stomach dipped. I tried to joke it away. Come on, it was just brunch talk. You know I run my mouth when I am tipsy. His jaw flexed. I have spent 5 years making sure you feel loved, safe, desired. You repay me by humiliating me in front of your friends and half the city. I am done explaining why that hurts. He slung the bag over his shoulder. The buckle clinked like a coin hitting pavement. I stepped in front of the door. You are seriously leaving over a dumb joke. He stared at me until I moved. Then he walked out. The latch clicked with the finality of a gunshot. I told myself he would cool off. Harrison was steady, predictable, the kind of man who alphabetized our spice rack. He would stew for 24 hours, miss my laugh, and come back with a 6-pack of my favorite cider. I poured a glass of wine, turned on reality television, and fell asleep on the couch. Monday morning, the closet felt cavernous. Half the hangers were empty. His toothbrush was gone, the charger for his watch, the stupid ceramic turtle he kept on the desk for good luck. I called, straight to voicemail. I texted. No dots, no reply. At work, Lexi sent me a link. A mutual acquaintance had reposted the clip of me at brunch. My voice rang out, shrill and bright, over clinking glasses. I watched myself say the words again and felt my cheeks burn. I typed to Harrison, I am sorry. I was an idiot. Come home and I will make it right. Silence. By Wednesday, I drove the 40 minutes north to the cabin. The gravel road bit at my tires. The air smelled of pine and cold creek water. I found him splitting wood behind the porch, shirt damp, hair curling from sweat. He did not stop the axe. I said, can we talk? He rested the axe on the stump. I have nothing left to say. I crossed a line. I know that now. I reached for his arm. He stepped back, wiped sawdust on his jeans. Harrison, I miss you. His eyes were steady, colder than the mountain air. You missed the idea of me. You never noticed when I reorganized the garage for you or when I stayed up to proofread your grant proposals. You noticed when I was not there to applaud your jokes. I swallowed. Then tell me how to fix it. He shook his head. Fix yourself. I am going to finish this stack of wood, drink 1 beer, and sleep alone. Do not come back. I drove home with the radio off. The road blurred. I told myself he was being dramatic. Men did not leave over 1 sentence, except he had, and he was not answering. Friday, my mother invited me to lunch at the botanical gardens. We walked the gravel paths between cactus beds. She said, your father saw the video. He is disappointed. I kicked a pebble. It was a joke. A joke at your husband's expense. Your father would have walked out too. She stopped by the koi pond. You always reach for the loudest laugh, even when it hurts the people who love you most. You might want to ask why. I wanted to argue, but the words tasted sour. I changed the subject. Over the next 2 weeks, I sent playlists, long emails, a sweater of his I found under the bed. Each attempt felt smaller than the last. I showed up at the climbing gym where he went Thursdays. He saw me, nodded once, and climbed until his forearms shook. I waited by the door. He left by the back exit. The group chat cooled. Lexi stopped inviting me to trivia nights. Tasha posted photos from a vineyard trip Harrison attended with a caption that read, "Healing looks good on him." I zoomed in. He was smiling, cheeks sunburned, arm around the shoulder of a woman I did not recognize. My throat closed. I sent one last text, "I understand if you never come back, but please tell me you are okay." He replied with a single photo. A real estate listing. A small brick house on the east edge of the city, hardwood floors, fenced yard, key in his hand. The caption read, "I am more than okay. Do not contact me again." I sat on the back steps of our building, the ones that smell like jasmine in the evenings. The concrete was cold. I scrolled through 5 years of pictures and saw the pattern I had ignored. Harrison holding an umbrella over me in a downpour. Harrison wrapping my birthday gifts at 2 in the morning because I forgot to buy tape. Harrison watching me with quiet pride while I ranted about work. I had mistaken steadiness for dullness. I had mistaken kindness for weakness. The lease renewal arrived. I signed a loan. The apartment felt too big, too bright, too quiet. I donated the couch we picked together. I kept the ceramic turtle. It sat on the windowsill and stared at me while I ate cereal standing up. At night I walked the river path where we used to jog. I watched couples push strollers and thought, that could have been us. I whispered apologies to the dark water, but the current carried them away unheard. One Saturday, months later, I saw him at the farmer's market near the old train depot. He wore a gray Henley, sleeves pushed up. The woman from the photo held his hand. She laughed at something the honey vendor said, and Harrison looked at her the way he once looked at me, like she was the only moving thing in the world. I froze between two stalls. My bag of peaches slipped, bruising on the asphalt. He saw me. Our eyes met for 3 seconds. He did not smile. He did not frown. He simply turned back to the woman and kept walking. I stood there until the sun burned the back of my neck. Then I bought a single peach and bit into it. The skin was bitter. The flesh was sweet. I walked home alone, tasting both.